Hello, let's start our day. There's so much we can do. Come on, let's start our day so you can learn too. Hello, let's start our day. There's so much we can do. Come on, let's start our day so you can learn too. Well, hello, happy Monday. We've reached a new week. We're not talking about letter B anymore. We're talking about letter C. Letter C. And today we're going to be learning all about Carol Cat. Here is a picture of Carol Cat. Here she is forming herself into an uppercase C. And here she is forming herself into a lowercase c. And look, they're both the same. The uppercase C is just the same as the lowercase c, except it just is a little smaller. All right, well, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling excited to be back at school? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling frustrated? That means you really wanted to do something and you just couldn't get it done. Well, I'm feeling pretty good today. But before we pick how we're feeling today, let's do our welcome song. Now, when we do our welcome song today, I think I'm going to have you do touch your wrist. We did that a couple weeks ago, but that's a hard one. Wrist, right where your hand meets your arm. And then I'm gonna pick a new word. This is tricky. Your shin. Your shin. I didn't say shin, I said shin. Here's your shin. It's this part of your leg from below your knee to your foot. It's called your shin. Have you ever bumped your shin? If you smash into it, oh, it really hurts. Well, at least it hurts Mrs. Hamilton. So remember, your wrist and your shin. But first, hello everybody, how are you? Hello everybody, how are you? Hello everybody, how are you? How are you today? Let's wave hello. Hello everybody, wave hello. Hello everybody, wave hello. Hello everybody, wave hello. Wave hello today. All right, let's touch our wrist. Hello everybody, touch your wrist. Hello everybody, touch your wrist. Hello everybody, touch your wrist. Touch your wrist today. Let's try our shin. Hello everybody, touch your shin. Hello everybody, touch your shin. Hello everybody, touch your shin. Touch your shin today. All right, let's stand up, jump up and down. Hello everybody, jump up and down. Hello everybody, jump up and down. Hello everybody, jump up and down. Jump up and down today. All right, I'm feeling really good now. I love singing. It always puts me in a good mood. So we are going to be opening up our binders to that. How are you feeling today, Paige? And how are you feeling today? Well, I'm feeling pretty happy. How are you feeling today, Snoozer?
Happy Von Bappy.
Well, that's good. And how are you feeling today, Antonio?
I'm Happy Von Slappy.
Even better. Well, we're feeling really good here today. How are you feeling? Why don't you fill in your picture that would describe how you're feeling? Are you happy, angry, excited, worried, sad, silly? How about just, okay. I don't have that picture, but you can always draw how you're feeling. All you have to do is make a circle. And if you're just feeling, you can make two eyes and then just a straight line for a face. So it's not smiling, it's not frowning, it's just okay. All right. Well, I'm not feeling that way. I'm going to erase it. I'm going to fill in happy because I'm happy to be here and teaching you. especially because we're learning all about cats today, and I really like cats. All right. Well, let's remember, first of all, to keep your binder nearby because we're going to be writing our numbers on the back cover. So when we stand up, we should have that nearby. And also, are you ready to follow our listening rules? Are you going to be watching with your eyes and listening with your ears and keeping your voice quiet and your body calm? Well, I sure hope so. All right, well, let's get ready for circle time. Well, let's move along. Get your binders ready if you're going to follow along with Mrs. Hamilton because we are going to do the I Can Count by Tens song. So, open up to that page and we're going to put our pointer right on the first word, which is I. Are we ready? Let's go. I can count by tens. Ready now, let's go. I can count by tens. Here I go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. All right, well, good job. Now, I was thinking last week we pointed to some numbers. I wanted to point out some words to you. Now, words are letters that are squished together to form words. So, I pointed out the I word before, but I wanted to point out some other words, like the word go, G-O, go, that's a word. And I can, that's a word. So these are words, and in between words are spaces. Spaces, there's nothing there, there's just a space. So each thing that we point to is a word. And then when we get down to here, then we start pointing to the numbers. And they're also separated by spaces. Okay, well, are you ready to sing our season song? Get ready. We're going to be touching our head, our shoulders, our knees, and our toes. Ready? Let's go. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. 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 There are 4 parts of a year called seasons. Called seasons. Called seasons. There are 4 parts of a year called seasons. Do you know which one that you are in? Okay, well, we moved to a new season last week. Do you remember what it was? It's also called autumn. It begins with the letter F. It is fall. So I'm going to turn my arrow, and you can turn your arrow at home, to the word fall. We're going to be in fall for a while. Not till December do we change to winter, our next season. All right, well, if you haven't looked out the window yet today, then maybe you should stop Mrs. Hamilton's classroom so you can help sing this song and tell Mrs. Hamilton what the weather is like at your house. Let's get ready to sing our song now. It could be warm or hot or cold or windy out, sunny or snowy or cloudy or rainy out. Let's all think of some words we can pick. Let's all look outside to see the weather. Weather today. Let's all look outside to see the weather. Weather out today. It could be warm or hot or cold or windy out, sunny or snowy or cloudy or rainy out. Let's all think of some words we can pick. Whew, okay, well, unfortunately, Mrs. Hamilton looked out her window and I did not see some things that I liked. I saw some rain. It was raining outside. So I am going to move my arrow to the word rainy. See this cloud? It has rain coming from it. And the word rainy begins with the letter R, rainy. And where there's rain, there's clouds. So I saw a lot of clouds out. So the weather at Mrs. Hamilton's school today is rainy and cloudy. But what's it like at your house? Did you move your arrows toward your weather words? How did it feel? Were you cold, or were you warm, or were you cool or hot? And what was the weather doing outside? Okay, well, I'm gonna grab my wand because it's time to talk about the vowels. Let's say this together. The vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Well, let's see. I think I'm going to give you a letter sound today, and I'll see if you can point to that letter. The sound I'm thinking of makes a sound. Do you remember which vowel makes a? Yes, it's the letter A. Remember? Letter A. A. All right, let me give you another one. This vowel makes an I sound, like Izzy Inchworm. Do you know? It's the letter I. Can you point to the letter I? I makes I, like Izzy Inchworm, an itch. All right. Well, I think it's time for us to get on and talk about our letters and the sounds they make and the pictures that begin with that letter. Okay, well, we've been doing this for a couple of days, so maybe you're starting to learn the letter, the picture name, and the sound that that picture begins with. So try and say it along with Mrs. Hamilton if you know it. A, apple. B, bee. C, car. D, doll. E, elf. F, fire. G, goose. H, house. I, ink. J, jet. K, kite. L, lion. M, mouse. N, nut. O, ostrich. P, penguin. Q, queen. R, rose. S, sun. T, turtle. U, umpire. V, vase. W, watch. X, x-ray. Y, yo-yo. And Z, zipper. Okay, good job. Well, there's so much that I want to get done today. I think I'm going to start off with a story. And guess what the story is called? Well, it has Carol Cat in it for sure. Do you see Carol Cat? And then there's another cat here, a gray one. And the title of this book is called Copycats. Do you know what a copycat is? Usually someone will say that you're a copycat if you're doing just what the other person is doing. So if I put my hands up and then you put your hands up, you're being a copycat. Or if I have a red bow in my hair and you put a red bow in your hair, that would be copying me, doing just what I do. So the author of the story, the person that wrote the words, is Marcia Fleming. And the illustrator, the person that drew the pictures, is Hans Wilhelm. Clyde and Carol are cats, copycats. I bet you can't do what I do, says Clyde. I can too, said Carol. I can do a cartwheel, says Clyde. Can you? I can too, says Carol. I can ride a camel, says Carol. Can you? I can too, says Clyde. I can bake a coconut cake, says Clyde. Can you? I can too, says Carol. I can build a sandcastle, says Carol. Can you? I can too, says Clyde. I can grow carrots, corn, and cabbages, says Clyde. Can you? I can too, says Carol. I can carry a cup of cocoa on my head, says Carol. Can you? I can too, says Clyde. Look out for the car, yells Carol. Uh-oh, there's a car. Clyde crashes into Carol. The cups crash to the ground. Clyde looks at Carol. Carol looks at Clyde. They are both covered in cocoa. I can stop being a copycat, says Clyde. Can you? I can too, said Carol. Well, I guess it didn't work out trying to be a copycat in that book. So that book is called Copycats. Well, today I brought my little sea can, and inside our sea can are a whole bunch of different things that begin with the letter C. And did you know that the letter C actually makes two sounds? It makes a sound like in Carol and Cleo and camel, but it also can make a soft sound like S, like in the words circle and circus. And maybe there's some more in here. So the letter C is a tricky letter. It makes two sounds, but we're just mostly in Mrs. Hamilton's class gonna focus on the hard sound, the k sound. But let's see what's in our alphabet soup for today. All right. Oh my gosh. All right. First I like to take out the uppercase C, and I'm gonna put that right here. Oh no. And the lowercase C. And it looks just the same, except it's smaller. So the uppercase and the lowercase, when you're writing, it's just the same, but the lowercase is a smaller. It starts on that line, the fence line, instead of up in the sky. All right, let's see what pictures we have here that begin with the letter C. The first one is a cow. So I'm gonna flip over this so you can see the word cow. All right, here's another one. And that word is cat. Here's the word, C-A-T, cat, and it's a picture of a cat. I'll turn it this way. Cat. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh my, it's some corn. And here's the word corn. Corn on the cob. There's just a few more. What could it be? It's something all boys and girls like. Cookie. And here is the word cookie. And boy, those look good enough to eat. Cookie. And last one. Oh, another thing children like to eat. Cake. Cake. And there is the word cake. So we're gonna punch out the first sound in each of these words. Are we ready? Here we go. Cow. Cat. Corn. Cookie. And last but not least, cake. Lots of good things to eat in our alphabet soup can. Cake, cookie, corn, cat, kind of looks like my cat, and cow. All right. Well, I think we are going to get our binders out because I would like to practice writing some letter C's with you. I have a new song for the letter C, and that song goes like this. Let's start our day so you can learn too. Well, hello, happy Monday. We've reached a new week. We're not talking about letter B anymore. We're talking about letter C. Letter C. And today we're going to be needing these two sheets. And they look very similar, except for the uppercase C, we're going to be starting at this dot up near the blue skyline. And when we make the lowercase c, we are going to be starting here near the red dotted line. So first I'm going to put this sheet in. And I'm going to put it in on the downward part of my binder. So when you're writing in an angle. Let's try that again. Okay. I usually put it in at the top. I decided to put it on the back. All right. So, let's think of our song. Letter C, C. I can make a great big C. Start to make a circle, then stop. What do you see? Letter C, C. I can make a little C. I'll just make the little one. Start to make a circle, then stop. You've made a C. But we're just gonna make the uppercase ones right now. So let me erase that. All right, so we are gonna be starting right before the blue line. And we're kind of gonna make a circle. And this is why it's important when we start to make a circle that we go around to the left. So this is the hard part. A lot of kids start right on the blue line, but you gotta start a little before. You can go up and around like you're gonna make a circle, but then you have to stop. Don't close the circle up. So you start to make a circle, but then you stop. All right, let's try that one again. Right before the blue line, are you holding on with 3 fingers near the bottom? Here we go. Go up, around to the top blue line, down to the green grass, and then stop. Look, you've made a C. All right, I'm gonna erase those. I'm gonna make one more. Start to make a circle, then stop. What do you see? It's a C. All right, now let's try some lowercase c's. Just the same, just a little smaller. Put these in, and you can make more if you want to stop and you want to practice. You can do that and then come back. All right, so when we make the lowercase c, it is right before the red line. So it's lowercase letters often start on that dotted line, and in Mrs. Hamilton's class, it's a red line. So you start right before it, go up, around like you're making a circle, but then stop! You made a C! Let's try a couple more. Go up, around, and stop. Don't make a circle. Now, if yours looks like this, that's okay, because it's hard to do the little up part. The up and around is really hard for my students. So oftentimes, even this, they do that, and that's still a C. You're getting the idea. It takes a long time to learn how to make your letters the right way. So we're just learning, we're just practicing. And if it's too hard to do it on this line here, you could even try making it this way and just try and practice making circles going to the left. Just around, stop. And then you've made a C. All right? So as long as you're making your circles this way, then you're making your C the right way. All right, well, let's try one more. Let's start right at the dot. Go up, around, and stop. You've made a C. Well, great job. Okay. Well, I thought I would teach you guys a nursery rhyme today. And it has a cat in it. And it looks kind of like Carol Cat, doesn't it? This nursery rhyme is called Hey Diddle Diddle. And it has a cat. And this nursery rhyme has a lot of rhymes in it. Remember what rhymes are? They're words that sound the same at the end. So, I'm going to say a line, and then I want you to say a line. But let me just tell you a few things that are in this. It says, the cat and the fiddle. Do you know what a fiddle is? A fiddle is another word for violin. So this cat is playing a fiddle. And there's a dog. And there's a cow that jumps over the moon. And at the very end, it says, the dish runs away with the spoon. It's kind of funny. So this is how it goes. I'll say the first line and then you repeat it. Hey diddle diddle.
Hey diddle diddle.
Good. The cat and the fiddle.
The cat and the fiddle.
Good. The cow jumped over the moon.
The cow jumped over the moon.
Good. The little dog laughed
The little dog laughed
to see such fun.
To see such fun.
Good. And the dish ran away with the spoon.
And the dish ran away with the spoon.
Good. Now I'm going to read it all myself and you just listen. And then I'm going to put it to a tune. It goes like this. Hey diddle diddle. The cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such fun. And the dish ran away with the spoon. All right, I'm gonna grab my ukulele. My ukulele kind of looks like the fiddle, doesn't it? But a violin is played up here. A violinist keeps it under her chin, and it's not quite like this. It's about the same shape, but it's thinner. And you use a bow, and you play the strings. My mom used to play the violin. All right, so let's sing our tune. It goes like this. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such fun, and the dish ran away with the spoon. You try and sing it with me. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such fun, and the dish ran away with the spoon. That's kind of a fun rhyme, isn't it? Hey diddle diddle. All right, well, since we're learning all about cats, before we do our fun songs and movement, I wanted to introduce you to my cat again. So let me get him real quick. Okay, well, here is my cat, Button. Now, all cats are different. Some cats are very friendly, and some cats, not so friendly. So you never know what you're gonna get with a cat. But I think cats are pretty easy to take care of. They don't, well, some cats go outside. My cat does not go outside. So there's two kinds of cats. There's a cat that's an outdoor cat, and there's cats that are indoor cats. And my cat, Button, is an indoor cat. So if you have an indoor cat, your cat is gonna need a litter box, and that is a box, a special box. Don't you want to stay with me, Button? I don't think he wants to stay today. A cat needs a litter box, which is a little box that kind of has sand in it that he goes to the bathroom in. And you have to make sure that you feed your cat and maybe brush his hair once in a while. But they don't need much more work, I don't think, except an occasional bath. I've only given my cat a bath a few times. Cats don't like baths. But there's some important things that you should know about cats. You should never pull a cat's tail. They don't like that. And you should always make sure that it's a friendly cat before you go to pet it, because one thing cats have are claws. And if they feel threatened, they might scratch you. So you don't want to get scratched by a cat. But my cat is a pretty friendly cat, so I'm not worried about my cat scratching me. But a cat is a fun pet to have, but it certainly has to be something that Mom and Dad say it's okay to have, because they do cost money, and it is one more thing to worry about. And a lot of people are allergic to cats, so they can't have them. So a cat is a fun thing to have. Now I have hair all, that's another problem with cats. They get their hair all over the place. Annie Alligator says, ah, ah, ah. Bobby Butterfly says, buh, buh. Carol Cat says, k, k. Danny Dog says, d, d. Evie Elephant says, ah, ah. Frankie Fox says, f. Gavin Gorilla says, g, g. Harry Horse says, huh, huh. Izzy Interim says, eh, eh. Joey Jellyfish says, j, j. Katie Koala says, k, k. Lenny Llama says, ooh, ooh. Mary Meerkat says, Nancy Narwhal says, Ollie Octopus says, ah, ah. Peppy Penguin says, p, p. Queenie Quetzal says, qu, qu. Rachel Raccoon says, Sandy Snake says, Tony Tiger says, t, t. Undie Umbrella Bird says, ah, ah. Vinny Vampire Bat says, v, v. Willie Walrus says, wah, wah. Axie X-Ray Fish says, kss, kss. Yakety Yak says, yeah, yeah. Zippy Zebra says, zzz. Let's start our day so you can learn too. Well, hello, happy Monday. We've reached a new week. We're not talking about letter B anymore. We're talking about letter C. Letter C. And today we're going to Old Mr. Johnson had troubles of his own. He had an orange cat that wouldn't leave his home. He tried and he tried to give the cat away. He gave it to a man going far, far away. But the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. He thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. He just wouldn't stay away, 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 away. He gave it to a woman going up in a balloon. He told her to take him to the man on the moon. The balloon came down about 90 miles away. Where the woman is now, well, I really couldn't say. But the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. He thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. He just couldn't stay away, 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 away. He gave him to a man headed out west. He told him to bring him to the one he loved the best. The train hit the track and fell off the rail, and no one was left to tell the awful tale. But the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. He thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. He just wouldn't stay away, 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 away. The cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. He thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. He just couldn't stay away, 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 away. Well, that was fun. So we're going to do one more song, and it's called I Have a Song in My Tummy. That's funny. And it talks about all different body parts and different sounds they might make. So here we go. I got a song in my tummy and it wants to come out. I got a song in my tummy. I got a song in my tummy and it wants to come out. I got a song in my tummy. I got a song in my tummy and it wants to come out. And when it does, I'm gonna sing and shout. La 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 la. I got a song in my tummy. Now toes. I got a song in my toes and it wants to come out. I got a song in my toes. Wiggle, wiggle. I got a song in my toes and it wants to come out. I got a song in my toes. Wiggle, wiggle. I got a song in my toes and it wants to come out. And when it does, I'm gonna sing and shout. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. I got a song in my toes. I got a song in my nose and it wants to come out. I got a song in my nose. I got a song in my nose and it wants to come out. I got a song in my nose. I got a song in my nose and it wants to come out. And when it does, I'm gonna sing and shout. Na 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 na. I got a song in my nose. I got a song in my heart and it wants to come out. I got a song in my heart. Ba-dum. I got a song in my heart and it wants to come out. I got a song in my heart. Ba-dum. I got a song in my heart and it wants to come out. And when it does, I'm gonna sing and shout. Ba-dum. I got a song in my heart. I got a song in my nose. I got a song in my toes. I got a song in my tummy. Well, that was fun. So, I have my friend Pete the cat. This is the best kind of cat to have, a stuffed cat, because it doesn't make hair and you don't need to feed it, and it doesn't need to get shots and go to the vet. Pete the cat. I love all the Pete the cat stories. We've read a couple, but this is one of my favorite ones. And you can find this story with the song online. If you ever type in Pete the cat, I love my white shoes, I love the tune that it goes to. But I'm gonna read this one. I'll try and mimic the sounds it makes. Pete the cat. The story is by Eric Litwin, and the art, the illustrations, are by James Dean. And here is Pete the cat. Pete the cat, I love my white shoes. There's some different colored shoes. Pete the cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. Pete loved his white shoes so much. He sang this song. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. I love my white shoes. 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 Oh no. Pete stepped in a large pile of strawberries. What color did it turn his shoes? So he had the white shoes on. What color are they now? Red. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of blueberries. What color did it turn his shoes? Blue. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes. I love my... Oh no! Pete stepped in a large puddle of mud. What color did it turn his shoes? Brown. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped in a bucket of water. And all the brown, and all the blue, and all the red were washed away. What color were his shoes again? Do you know? White. But now they were wet. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. Oh gosh, hard to turn the pages in this book. The moral of Pete's story is, no matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song. And moral, that's a lesson that you learn. Because it's all good. That's a great story. Because when something happens, you can have it ruin your whole day. Like if you had your brand new white shoes and then you stepped in it and they got all muddy, it could ruin your whole day. Or you could say, oh well, and just move on and it will be okay. You could wash them and they're good as new. So don't let little things that happen ruin your day. Just keep on moving, just like Pete the cat did, because it's all good, right? Things happen. So that was a nice story, Pete the cat. We like that. And look at this. Pete the cat has his red shoes on and one red shoe on and one blue shoe on. All right, I love the Pete the cat books. All right, we have one more thing to do, and that is to create a cat. Now, did I hang my cat up? Oh, here it is. So I made a Carol cat for you, and we are gonna make our very own Carol cat. And it is an orange cat, an orange tabby cat. So let me get my things. You are gonna be needing a sheet like this that you're gonna cut out all by yourself, the circle. And then you're gonna have to have some pieces cut out for you by an adult person. So you are going to need his head, or her head, I should say. It's Carol cat. I do that a lot. I say he's for she's and she's for he's. And you're gonna need a tail and some eyes and a nose and 2 feet. and they're right here. 2 feet. All right, so you are going to need your pencil box, and you are gonna have to get your scissors out, and a pencil, and your glue. So today, let's try and write our name in the middle of the circle, because we have not used a pencil today. So you can use a pencil or you can use a crayon. So to pick up your pencil or crayon, the point should be right in front of you. Get those pinching fingers, pinch it near the bottom. You should be holding your pencil or crayon at the bottom, and then add a 3rd finger. So 3 fingers, and then you can write your name. So an adult person can write it, or if you know how to write your name without seeing it, but that's tricky for a 3 and 4-year-old. So I'm gonna write my name up at the top, just so you can see where your name would be, and if an adult person wrote it. So you see that? I wrote my name, and then there's a line. And now I'm gonna write my name on the line, just like I'm gonna have to when I go to school. Mrs. Do you know what my last name begins with? It's an H. Hamilton. And when you write your name, you should never write your name quickly. You should take your time so you're forming each letter the right way. Can't really write neat unless you do it slowly and carefully. Mrs. Hamilton. All right, now we're gonna cut out that circle. So make sure you're using your scissors the right way. Your thumb goes in the little hole, and your other fingers go in the bigger hole. And then it's a circle, so you can start anywhere. You're gonna try and keep your thumb up and keep your scissors lined up right on the line that we're cutting out. And really try and keep your scissors on that line. And are you holding your paper with one hand? And then when you get to a turn, are you kind of turning your hand? Because we turn the paper, not the scissors. If you're new to cutting, are you getting better? I bet you are. The more you do it, the better you get. So open and close, open and close. It's tricky. I'm gonna keep shifting my hand. Notice my scissors has pretty much stayed in the same spot the whole time. I'm almost there. I did it. There's my circle. So our name is going to be on the back. I'm going to turn my binder. And I am going to look here just to make sure I have all the pieces. So I think my Carol cat needs a head. So I'm going to get my glue out. And I'm going to lift it up a little. Now, one mistake a lot of kids make is they put glue right in the middle of the circle. And then their cat ends up looking like that, kind of like it's all curled up. And I just had some 5 and 6-year-olds do that this week when they made their Carol cat. So when you're going to put the head on, if you want it to look like mine, you have to put just a little glue at the top of this circle. And then your head will end up in the right spot. So I'm going to put the head on, and I'm going to press it down with my hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then give it a shake. Make sure it's sticking. Now what else does our cat have? Well, he certainly has some paws down at the bottom. So just like we did the head, now we're going to put some glue down at the bottom of the circle. Some here and some here. And we're going to add his little paws. So I'm going to put those on. I'm going to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I'm going to count backwards from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That reminds me of the rocket ship song. There we go. Okay, now I think it's time to make his face. Her face. Ah, I did it again. So I have eyes. And those are going to go about there. And then the nose. So I'm going to kind of figure out where I want my pieces to go. And then I can just lift my eye and make a little dot. Stick it on there. Now let me do the other one. Do-do-do. And now the nose. And then the mouth. Now, Mrs. Hamilton, I kind of made an animal mouth, and that's different than a smile that a person would make. So let's see. Can't find my black crayon. Oh well. Oh, it's right in my box. That's funny. Okay. So to make an animal nose, what I do is I make a line down and curve one way, and then I make a line down, looks like the letter J, doesn't it? And then curve the other way. But you don't have to do it that way. If you just want to make a smile, that's fine too. And I didn't do it on this Carol cat, but you can make some whiskers, because cats have whiskers. And one thing I learned about cats' whiskers is you should never cut a cat's whiskers. That's one of the rules about cats. You shouldn't cut their whiskers. And then the last thing we need is the tail. So you can flip your cat over, and then you can just add a little glue, and depending how you want your tail to go, do you want the cat's tail to go down? Or do you want your cat's tail to go sideways? Or do you want it to scoop up? Looks like mine scooted to the side. So this one, I think I'm gonna make it go down. Try and be a little different. So just put some glue in the back and just take the end and stick it in the glue. Cover it up. Let's count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off another rocket ship run. What do you think? Looks pretty good. I'm sure yours looks wonderful too. And I'm sure all of the cats that everyone has created today look different. And that's the best thing that I love when we make crafts, that everyone's craft looks different, because different is beautiful. And now I am just going to get my little piece of paper that says Carol Cat. Okay, and I think I forgot to make my little lines in my cat's ears. I did it there. You don't have to do that. But I just went up, down, up, down. All right, so this says Carol Cat. And look what Mrs. Hamilton did today. I left 3 lines because I think you can make a C. I know you can make an A and a T. Why, that's a very simple letter to make. It's just a straight line with a line across the middle. So I'm gonna put some glue on the back. I'm gonna put it on the outside, the edges of the rectangle, which has 2 long sides and 2 short sides. Oh boy, do you think you could write a whole word, cat? I don't know. So I'm going to get my pencil and remember how to write a C. You start to make a circle, then stop! You've made a C. Now let's make the A. Circle. This time you are going to close the circle. Close it and then make a straight line down right after that. And then the last letter is just a 1. 1 is fun. Start up top and down we run. That's the way to make a 1. And then make a line across the middle. C, A, T, cat, cat. All right, looks good. Well, I had a lot of fun learning with you today. And I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow because we are going to be talking about something brand new, which is car. We're going to be learning all about cars. Wow, cars. So we are going to be making a car and we are going to be practicing writing uppercase C's on paper, and we're going to read some fun stories. And I think we're going to do our rhyme. Before we go today, I wanted to do our rhyme one more time. Our Hey Diddle Diddle song. Hey Diddle Diddle. And I want to go over the rhyming words. So I'm going to say 2 words and they rhyme and you repeat them after me. Diddle, fiddle.
Diddle, fiddle.
Good. And moon, spoon.
Moon, spoon.
Good. Wow. So there's 2 sets of rhyming words. Diddle, fiddle, moon, spoon. All right, here we go. Let's sing it together. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such fun, and the dish ran away with the spoon. That's a fun rhyme. It's funny that a cow jumps over the moon and a dish runs away with the spoon. I've never seen that, but that's the best part about nursery rhymes. They don't really make sense, but they're fun and they rhyme. All right, well, I'll see you all tomorrow for Car Day. Don't forget, be kind and be yourself and be beautiful.